Hey guys, John Lizard here for Dance with the Hunter, the Jam Sports Show. How is it going? I am here to make NFL picks for Week 5 in the NFL. We are already 1-0 on the week, straight up 0-1 against the spread. I didn't make a video. I didn't have time to make a video on Thursday, so I didn't do it. So I apologize for that. But here we go. We've continued to struggle. We pulled off 6-9 records last week, both for straight up and for the spread. And like I said, we did pull off the straight up win as the Browns beat the Bills 37-34. We did the Bills to cover though, for the spread. It was a 5-point spread for the Browns to cover. I thought it'd be a tighter game than that. And I sat there and before we really knew the true severity of Brian Hoyer's injury, I'm sitting there going, wow, the Browns have won 3 straight now, and they're right there, and quite frankly, you can probably argue they're the best or the second best team in the AFC North because we don't really know what the Bengals are going to do from week to week. The Ravens aren't the Ravens of last year, obviously, and I don't even know if the Ravens are a playoff team at this point, to be honest with you. And the Steelers are obviously down and struggling. So, but then Brian Hoyer went down, and now it's back to Brandon Weeden, and we'll see what happens there. But nonetheless, with the bad week last week and the 1-0 and 0-1 this week, respectively, we are 34-30 on the year straight up, 508 wins, 305 losses, and one tie. Lifetime, we are 27-37 on the year against the spread. A miserable 10 games below 500. 1-18 and 1-13 lifetime. So, let's get right to the action. Got a lot of interesting games to go here, and we are going to start off with this one. Saints and Bears. The Bears rather, are favored by half a point at home. I have been back and forth with this game. Okay. Um, you look at the Saints and you look at the performance they had against the Dolphins on Monday night. Obviously, Drew Brees obviously played well with the 4 touchdown passes, and the Bears losing a wild one to the Lions last week in Detroit. The one thing about the Saints, though, is, and I'm going to mention this too when I talk about the Seahawks game, the Saints and the Seahawks are the same team from the standpoint of they struggle on the road. They're good on the fast track, that is the Superdome, and you don't have a fast track in Chicago at Soldier Field. Okay, plus the Saints just they don't seem to play real great outdoors. You know, they struggle on the road. They struggled against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is not a good team. Granted, yeah, it's a division rival, and usually division games are tough. But I don't like the Saints in this situation. I don't think it's a blowout by any means. I'm a little iffy, but I'm going the Bears. I think the Bears are just the better team here. Next up, we've got the the Patriots and the Bengals. The Bengals are half-point favorites at home. Okay, Patriots come in here 4-0, and it is amazing how the hell they're doing it because you don't really have much of anything that people have really heard of. A lot of players other people have really heard of, really outside of obviously Tom Brady. In this game, if I'm gonna obviously take a quarterback between Andy Dalton and Tom Brady, I'm going to go with Tom Brady. Andy Dalton did not look good last week. Andy Dalton made some bad throws last week to wide open guys in the game against the Browns. The Patriots, no Gronk again, but you know what? They're somehow getting it done without him. The Bengals don't really know what they are right now. They're not moving the football. Okay, the Bengals are a very, very talented team, and they have some good players, but right now, it is just not meshing well in Cincinnati. I've got the Patriots moving to 5-0, so obviously I'll take them for the spread too. The Green Bay Packers are 6.5-point favorites at home against the Detroit Lions. The Packers need a win. Okay, the Packers play well at Lambeau. The Lions do not play well at Lambeau. The Lions have struggled at Lambeau for quite a while. The Packers are coming off of a bye week, and the bye week could not have come at a better time. A lot of hamstring issues between Eddie Lacy, among others, in the injury department. Plus, Jermichael Finley's got time to get healed. Clay Matthews had a hamstring problem. He will be back. Eddie Lacy can play this weekend. So the Packers, the bye week came at a good time for them, and I do think it's going to help. It really is a must-win situation if you are the Packers. If you fall to 1-3 in that division with the Lions, playing the way they are, that would move the Lions to 4-1. And plus with the Bears playing the way they're playing, you lose another game in division and you are in trouble. The Packers need to win. I think they do, and I am taking them to cover as well. Kansas City and Tennessee plus 2.5 is the spread for the Titans in this game. So the Chiefs got to win by 3. Quite frankly, what are the Titans going to be like without Jake Locker? Um, and the Chiefs are good, okay? 4-0, the Chiefs are good. I don't think the Chiefs are gonna, be a 13-3 team. Maybe they will be. I don't think so. I do think the Chiefs are a playoff team. They're gonna have to make it in as, the AFC West right now is very interesting. You've got the Chargers playing good ball, the Broncos obviously playing good ball, the Chiefs playing good ball, and the Raiders are just the Raiders. But I think that Kansas City is the better team here. I really do think that. Tennessee is 3-1, and they're not a bad 3-1 team, but a couple of their wins have boiled down to luck. And I just think Kansas City's a better team. Like I said, I am going to go with Kansas City. Seattle and Indianapolis. Indianapolis plus 2.5. Okay. Seattle, of course, comes in undefeated. The Colts come in at 3-1. The Seahawks do not play well at home. Well, and you're going to tell me, well, they didn't, play. They played 2 games on the road and they're undefeated, so they won them both. Yeah, they won them both. They struggled against Carolina, and let's be honest, got lucky against Houston. Okay, Matt Schaub doesn't throw that pick six there at the end of the game, and Seattle wins that game. So Seattle is not a good road team. Okay, they're a better home team, and that's pretty much known. I think is Seattle just not a good road team for them to be successful in the playoffs. It would definitely help them if the playoffs go through Seattle. Obviously, nobody wants to play in Seattle, but with this Colts team, the Colts have shown that they're a good team. Remember, they went in against the 49ers and pushed them around. Okay, if you can win and push 49ers around, then you're doing something right. Can they push the Seattle Seahawks around? Listen, if this game is in Seattle, I would go the complete other way with this. I don't think Indianapolis would have a prayer in Seattle, but it's not in Seattle. It's in Indianapolis. The offense has not really figured out how to move well on the road. Like I said, they basically got a luck win against Houston, and they struggled against Carolina. And that's no slouch on Carolina, because Carolina's not a bad team, but I still think that Indianapolis is going to get the win in this game. So there you go. This next game is, I know where I'm going to go with the pick, but it scares me a little bit for the spread. The St. Louis Rams are 12-point favorites, 11.5-point favorites against the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. This is going to be a true test of who are the St. Louis Rams. And you're thinking, what? Well, let me tell you, Jacksonville is bad. So St. Louis struggles against Jacksonville. They are going to be in a lot of trouble. But, it is what it is. And St. Louis, I think, is going to come out, and I do think that they are going to dominate Jacksonville. Okay, I really do. So I'm going to take St. Louis to cover. I don't really know what more to say. These are 2 very bad football teams. Baltimore Ravens, Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are field goal favorites at home. The Dolphins, of course, coming off that loss against New Orleans, had a few turnovers, did not play well. There is one thing that the Dolphins really struggle with, and that is protecting the quarterback. However, the Baltimore Ravens are a mess. Okay, they just are a mess. Miami's not going to be very happy with what happened to them last week in New Orleans, and to be honest here, and I can't believe I'm saying this, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, before the season even started, that I'd be saying this, I'd call you crazy, but the Dolphins are the better football team here. I do have the Dolphins winning and covering the spread. Interesting game here for Eagles and the Giants. Who would have thought that that'd be interesting at a 1-3 team against an 0-4 team? Okay, the Giants' defense is not good. If one thing is clicking for the Eagles, it is their offense. The Eagles' defense is not great, but the Giants' offense is not great either. I do think the Eagles get the win in New York. Carolina and Arizona. Arizona plus 2.5 at home. Carolina's just a better team here. Arizona's beat up. They're a mess. And Carolina's better. Carolina coming off a bye week. Give me Carolina to win the game. Broncos and Cowboys. Cowboys plus 7.5. This is really a tough game to call from a spread standpoint. I think Denver wins, but you know what? Dallas has given up some big numbers. Quarterbacks the last couple of weeks, including 400 plus to Philip Rivers last week. And you know the way Peyton Manning is going, I think Manning's going to shred that Dallas defense. And to be honest, I don't think that Dallas defense can, or that Dallas offense can keep up with the Broncos offense. So I don't think it's going to turn into a shootout. I do think Denver wins going away. Houston and San Francisco. San Francisco is a touchdown favorite. Yes, Houston choked last week, but do not completely sell on them. Okay, San Francisco is a banged up team. Plus, they don't have Alden Smith, who's in rehab. So I do think that this game is very, very tight. This is going to be a very tight physical football game, though. I am going to go with the 49ers to get the win. However, I'm taking Houston for the spread. I think it's too high. I think this turns into a field goal game between the Texans and Niners. San Diego Chargers, Oakland Raiders, plus 4.5 is the spread here. That game's on NFL Network. It's actually after Sunday Night Football. And I have in this game here the Chargers. You know what more can you say? Philip Rivers is on a roll. The Philip Rivers, Mike McCoy, Ken Wisenhunt. It's all gelling really, really well in San Diego. San Diego's a really good team. San Diego beats Oakland going away. And in the Monday night game, we have the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are 9.5-point favorites. The Falcons do not give do not have a good pass rush. And let's be honest, I might take some heat for saying this. Geno Smith is slowly getting a little bit better. However, Matt Ryan does not lose at the Georgia Dome. This Jets team is not ready to take down a better team in the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, let's be honest, the Jets are 2-2, Falcons are 1-3, but the Falcons are the better team. I am going to go with the Falcons. I am going to go with them to cover. I'm a little iffy there, but that is what I am going to do. That is going to do it for me, guys. College football picks coming up in a little bit. Got it recorded here in just a couple of minutes. I am John Lemons up for James with the Hunter and the Jam Sports Show. I'll see you guys later.